OPEC's de facto leader, Saudi Arabia, said the cut of 2 million barrels per day of output, which is basically 2% of the global oil supply, was necessary to respond to rising interest rates in the West and a weaker global economy. The Saudis are only interested in looking out for their own self-interest. They don't care about sticking it to the Americans for the sake of screwing them. It's not about that. It's more about them looking out for their own self-interest. And the Saudis can see right now that the West is in decline. They've asked to join BRICS. So BRICS is the collective of Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, the emerging economies who make up a good chunk of the world economy and population. So you can see the Saudis distancing themselves away from the West. That is what you should understand about this. Yeah? Again, this is what I've been telling you since the beginning of the war, which is that this is not just about what's happening in Ukraine. It's what's happening outside of Ukraine. The ripple effect, the global consequences are huge. They're absolutely huge. Every single one of these things is connected. It's all, everything is intertwined. The Saudis, and of course, remember the UAE, who are, they're hand in hand. They're showing the West that they're not confident in the long term, and they want to be with Russia and China. That is significant. That is huge. And Biden really got slapped in the face again. And you know what they're saying now? This made me laugh. This really made me laugh. So now finally, you have some people in Congress, in the U.S. Congress, who are threatening to cut arms sales to Saudi Arabia. No, it's not about massacring people in Yemen. That's okay. No. The red line is not doing what they're told. Of course, that's the red line. Of course. So the American, what they did now, what Biden administration did, I think it was Janet Yellen, who's the head of the Treasury, and the special envoy to Lebanon, Israel, who's been mediating the Karish gas field issue, Amos Hochstein. So Hochstein and Janet Yellen, they've been talking with the Saudis and trying all sorts of means, basically threatening them that, you're going to risk the relationship with the United States if you don't do this. That coupled with the threat of cutting arms sales, I mean, it could make the Saudis reconsider, but at the same time, I think one of the reasons that they're doing this is because they're basically telling the Americans, you didn't give us enough weapons, you didn't give us enough support in Yemen, because the Saudi and the coalition is losing in Yemen. And they've been humiliated. Those strikes on the oil fields, Aramco, the strikes in the UAE. The Americans withdrew those anti-aircraft batteries, if you remember. So the Saudis are basically saying, okay, you won't give us military support. Your economy looks like crap. Your sanctions are backfiring. Let's go to the Russians and the Chinese. Those guys look like they know what they're doing. And maybe it's best to, deal with them instead of you. And that is the crux of the issue. They really screwed up. They really screwed up, man.